Hi, and welcome back to the show. I'm Michael Worthington, and well, it comes down to office space. How do we go about it? Do we have to sign long leases, short leases? How are we going to set up our business if we want to transition from, say, home to, well, what some people may call the real world? Stay tuned, and we're going to be right back with a gentleman who can help us. Hi, and welcome back, and I'm joining Stuart with Shayne. Shayne, how are you?
Good morning, Michael. I'm very well, and how are you?
Very good. Shayne, your consulting rooms is what you've called them. Absolutely fascinating is you've found a gap in the marketplace, and rather than me try to explain to people, why don't you tell them this gap that you discovered and then how you went about solving it?
Yeah, so the experience that I had 5 or 6 years ago, I came back to Perth, having spent some time in Melbourne, and I'd been headhunted back for an organisational role, but I wanted to continue my own practice, which is in sport and exercise psychology. Now, I tried to find some rooms where that would be suitable, but I was being asked to sign up for a full day or half a day or a particular day a week or something like Wednesday at 8 o'clock. But who wants to see a sports psychologist at that time?
Yeah, tie yourself into this. And I think that's one of the things. And I just want to make a point that this isn't serviced offices we're going to be talking about. A serviced office, you actually sign an agreement and you're locked in for a certain period of time and you pick which service you want. These aren't those types of things, are they?
No, so as a function of that experience where I was finding it difficult to find a room that was flexible because I was starting again from scratch in Perth, and I needed some flexibility because I didn't know that I was going to have clients or how many clients that I had. So what I decided to do once I'd identified that niche was find a suite of rooms that were central, and the rooms are in Subiaco, and have an ability for consultants like psychologists or therapists, counsellors, executive coaches, or all those sort of people that see clients face to face, provide an opportunity and a location for them to see those clients in a really flexible, in a really value for money way.
When I actually went and had a look at the rooms, they're really high end. Was this one of the things you looked at first off, saying if I'm going to get, and they have a suite of offices there that you can choose from, plus a boardroom, is that what you look for? You went, hold on, if I'm going to have psychologists, executive coaches, therapists, they need to be in the right environment to reflect the right image for their business? Yeah,
that's right. So we've actually created a different feel for the room. So if you're wanting a more up-end, corporate sort of end of town feel, we've got that type of space where we have an opportunity to sit down in front of a desk or a coffee table, and you can have that conversation like you would with an executive coach. But we also have other rooms that have more of a counselling feel and so forth, and like you say, we've got sort of a meeting room, boardroom. So there's different feels for different types of consultants.
It's really interesting. We talk about consultants, and I know many of the people in the consulting field, they don't work regular hours. And I think this is one of the things you said when we first started about the 8 a.m. on a Wednesday just doesn't work. And it may work once, but it doesn't mean it's going to work all the time. So what's this unique solution you've come about for your clients?
So what we've come up with is an online booking and payment system where the rooms are actually open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week.
Oh, wow.
So we're essentially open 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, which does allow that flexibility for people that might want to see someone before they go to work. So if you're working in the city, you can drop in at 6:30 or 7 o'clock and do a session, or you can do a session in the evening, in the late evening, and even on Saturday and Sunday.
Now, booking. Do I have to have a regular time each week? Because a lot of them do. And how long do I have to book this thing for?
Yeah, so the answer is no, you don't need to have a regular booking. So it is based on as little or as much as you like. So there are no minimum contracts, there are no contracts at all. So if you want to use the room 1 hour a week or 1 hour a month, you can. And it's all for only $25 an hour. So really good value for money.
Wow. So, excuse me. So we're looking at 2017. We've got rooms that are totally flexible, no contracts, and can be booked on an hourly rate from $25 an hour.
Yeah.
So that is not even going to impede in the earning capacity of a consultant in that environment.
No, absolutely not. So most consultants will certainly find that a very palatable rate, and they would be able to really look at that as a very low cost in terms of what they're making from each of their clients. And that allows them the certainty to go out and market for clients, knowing they've got a great location to see their clients, and that they can do that without all of those lock-in contracts.
Well, I know I am conscious of the time. We're going to take a break, but I'm going to ask Shayne to hang around because I do want to investigate a little bit more on a typical client experience working with the Perth consulting rooms that you've got there.
Yeah, great.
Hi and welcome back, and I'm talking to Shayne from the Perth Consulting Rooms, a really unique business that allows the consultant, executive coaches, therapists, counsellors, psychologists, the freedom to run their business how and when they want. And I must admit, in this day and age, everyone says money's the economy, but time is the new economy, and everyone says, I want to work when I want to work.
Yeah.
And your rooms are actually providing a real vehicle for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I think we're all seeing is this casualisation of the workforce. We're also seeing people having multiple roles. So many of the people that use the rooms actually have another interest in a business perhaps, or work part-time 2-3 days a week, but they'd still want to hang up a shingle and do their own work.
Yes.
And that's the opportunity that the Perth Consulting Rooms provides.
It's fantastic. So a typical client would come to you. So how does someone approach this, and how do they actually approach you and become one of the clients that can log in and book the rooms?
So it's really simple. So at perthconsultingrooms.com.au is the website. People go on. It's quite a simple process. They can register, create a username and a password, and then that is the start of the process where we conclude with just signing an agreement about how we use the room. So just agreeing to use the rooms appropriately.
Yep.
No catches there, no contracts, about use or any of those things, but just an agreement around using the rooms. And then they are able to access the system and go online and book and pay. It's all online payment, and it's all done automatically online.
So with rooms like this, and we're in Subiaco, there's a lot of specialists in Subiaco. It's in a beautiful part of Subiaco, well known for that type of environment. What were the challenges around arranging parking when you've got such hourly flexibility?
So in terms of the opportunities for parking, they're really good in Subiaco. In fact, in Churchill Avenue, there's free 1 hour parking for clients. So most consultants would see a client for just an hour, and that's free. And in fact, some of the side streets, or most of the side streets, actually a 2 hour free parking. And for the consultants themselves, you can park right under the building, and that's entirely free.
Wow. So it's really amazing. One of the, maybe for someone watching, and we might even take the cameras down there and do some live footage so people can actually see these. You said something interesting just before the break, how you've structured the rooms differently, or the look and the feel of the rooms differently. What led you to this? What were you trying to achieve there?
So I wanted to create a location and to create an environment that met multiple needs. So there are some people that prefer a space that feels a little more corporate, a little more high-end.
Yeah.
And so we've created that space where there is an opportunity to sit down in what feels almost like a coffee shop, coffee table set up, but also we have a lovely big desk in one of the rooms where you can lay out a resume or an action plan or a sort of SWOT analysis. You can lay that all out and do that in that room.
Yeah.
In other rooms, it has more of an intimate setting where you would feel safe and you would feel you're able to divulge that close and personal information to a counsellor or to a psychologist in a really safe environment. So there are multiple environments to meet different needs of different consultants.
Now, your background, I'd like people to know, you are a sports psychologist, but a psychologist at heart.
Yes.
So do you think those types of skill sets underlying that are ingrained in you allow you to see this and understand what to create?
I think it's given me a really good insight into what people want in terms of the office itself and the location and all those sort of things, and particularly those factors around the ease of access and the flexibility. All of those things have been really important in building my own business, and of course I use the rooms.
Yes.
So